It's going to be your last meal. Your last meal. And then Jesus is coming back. I won't say you're going to die because that's too depressing. Jesus is coming back. He tells you in advance. He says, you know, you guys have one more meal. What are you going to eat? Yeah? And what? I want to learn something about you guys. Your different likes and dislikes. So what are you gonna have? Soup?
I mean, too hard to decide actually because it's the last meal.
Right. You can have a little bit of a bunch of different things.
Probably McDonald's. I guess.
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Cool.
I don't feel like
Cool.
eating McDonald's right now.
All right. And what would you choose from the McDonald's menu?
The fish burger.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your favorite? Nice. Do you know my wife used to get the fish burger, but get the bun toasted.
What?
She said it made all the difference.
Really?
Just throwing that out there. What are you gonna have?
I'll get pizza shishito.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific restaurant you like for that, or
What's the name? Is this Basha?
Basha?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's your last meal. Jesus is coming back, but he tells you in advance so you can have one more meal.
So after that, you cannot eat it.
Well, in heaven, however we're gonna eat in heaven. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna eat in heaven. He said there's gonna be a dinner, so. But this is your last chance here to eat.
Depends on my mood.
It's the last one. It's the last one.
I don't know.
But if after we're going to eat like on heaven, like, I'm sure like the food will be much better.
Oh, it will. It
so
will.
let's not eat.
Oh.
So you can eat more in heaven?
Yeah.
So you can binge in heaven.
You're defeating the purpose of my activity. I know how quiet you guys are, but I thought maybe food would be something to get you all talking. Well, I definitely would have a piece of cheesecake. Somewhere during the meal, I'm going to have a piece of cheesecake and some chocolate. I don't know how that's going to work out. Maybe the two together, I don't know. But that's going to be, and probably a really good slice of pizza. Some bacon. Bacon has to be in there. I don't know. I love bacon.
In heaven?
No,
For trees.
here. The last one here.
Okay.
Before we go. I just want to know what you guys like. Just Tauk, McDonald's, fish burger.
Not going to eat.
And you're not going to eat.
It's like one.
I like food.
Or choose a couple if you want, if you're really having a tough time.
Cheesecake, I know is gonna be more.
Okay, alright.
I like cheesecake. I don't know.
Steak, maybe.
Oh yeah, good steak.
Yeah,
I need to have a
Yeah,
good
that
steak.
would be nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Or
idea.
the beefsteak.
Oh, good choice. What about you guys? What do you like? Oh, good choice. Yeah, I like tiramisu. Nice dessert. What about you? What are you gonna? Pasta. Nice. What about you? Not sure? Do you have a favorite? No. Sandwich, burger, pizza, pasta, soup, eggs, bacon, hot dogs. Sorry?
It's all good.
You don't talk?
No, it's all good.
It's all good. Alright, some of everything. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Alright, here's a little different question. If you had to give up one of your 5 senses, your touch, your smell, your taste, your hearing, or your vision, which one would you give up?
Taste.
Why?
Because I sneeze all the time.
Ah, interesting.
Oh yeah, the
Interesting.
smell is not important. Oh,
Yeah,
smell.
you're gonna give up your taste because you don't want to eat anyway. Which one would you guys?
I think
Smell.
Yeah, the
Yeah?
smell.
It's more useless than
Yeah.
useless.
What about like? I mean, I actually agree with you, but I'll just be the devil's advocate for a second. What about that first day of spring where you go outside and you just smell?
Doesn't matter.
Or what about when the leaves start to fall in autumn and you get that nice fall smell? Or what about the smell of fresh bread coming out of the oven?
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
As long as it tastes good.
As long as it tastes
That's all that matters.
good. All right, cool. What is your favorite thing to do to relax? When it's time to just kick back and do nothing, sleep?
Just lay down on the couch.
Yeah.
And read maybe.
Read maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominating my cat.
Sorry, dominate?
My cat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's really fun. Actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. See, I just want to get to know you guys a little bit better. I want to just get a picture of who you are, your personality. What do you like to do when you just want?
I'll just read.
You read? You like to read?
Listen to music.
Listen to music?
Listen to soft music.
Soft music? Like what's soft music? Classical or soft, like pop music or what's your idea of soft?
Metallica.
You see it like that?
Do you like hard music? I love hard music. I just so you guys should know a little bit about me.
Metallica.
There's a whole style of music called Christian. They're Christian guys, and some people hate this music, but I love it. And so this is what you should know about me. And this will wake you up in the morning.
You wanna plug it here?
Well, I mean, you don't have to listen to it. I'm just trying to give you an idea of me. When you hear his voice,
Are you serious?
I love this. My wife hates it. I love it. And these guys are called Fit for a King. I mean, they're Christian guys. The lyrics are all about Jesus, and some people say, "Oh, it doesn't work. You can't have Christian heavy metal," but I love it. So that's why I wanted to know what's soft, because this actually relaxes me. Weird as that sounds, but that's me. So what's your soft music?
Quiet music.
Quiet, okay. Alright, cool. I know this morning that the last thing you want to do is probably listen to a long message, so it's not long. But I am extremely excited about today and what's going to happen, because I went home last night and I just didn't feel comfortable with what I had prepared for this morning. I just felt like it wasn't right, and so I struggled last night and I prayed, and I even went to bed a little bit nervous. And then when I woke up this morning, it just like bing, I don't know, everything just fit in. And then even the songs you chose are right in line with what I felt God put on my heart to share with you guys. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm still going to refer to the verse that I had sent you. I don't know if they received that or not, but I'm still going to refer to Psalm 127, but I want to maybe talk a little bit, take it a different route this morning. Last night we did Matthew 16 verse 18, where Jesus said, "I will build my church." And what does that mean? We talked about the church, but build, like how do you build something? Whether it's Lego, or whether it's a lasagna, or whether it's a house, or whether it's a skill like playing an instrument, or even how you build your reading skills or your writing skills. I mean, you guys are all students. How do you build something?
You start from the basic.
Very good. And then what do? You have this foundation, and then
Practice.
practice. Okay. So
You
you
try to develop it as much as you can, and probably because first when you build the basic, you will know what the shape is going to be looks like
Very good.
in the future. So yeah, I guess the basic is always the
Actually, that's really
and
good.
Start. So yeah.
Your foundation will determine how you build,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Because if your
Yeah.
foundation is this big, you're not going to build out here.
Of course.
So the foundation is super important.
Yeah.
Very good. So when Jesus said what he said that we talked about last night, he said, "I will build my church," then he left. He said that and then he left. So did he fail his plan? Did he not finish his plan? Or did he have something else in mind? Is it just him who builds all alone? Does God do everything like A to Z? Like we just sit back and say, all right, God, build my church? Or do we have to do something? What do you think? Do you think we have a role to play? Do we contribute to the building process? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Not sure? It's too early? For sure, yes. For sure, yes. God knows exactly what He's doing. And so I want to talk this morning about how He builds His church, how it happens, and our function or our responsibility in that. We said last night that God's favorite color maybe is green. Maybe. Based on looking at nature around us. But when I look at nature, I learned something else about God. I learned that He's a builder. He loves to build. And have you guys ever played with Lego?
Mm-hmm.
My brother was a big Lego guy. Like, my brother loved Lego. And my brother could build some pretty cool things. Myself, it was always the blockhouse. I always went back to just building the house. That's all I ever, but my brother would build intricate designs. Do you know that God is very, very intricate? I read recently about an enzyme in plants called the Rubisco enzyme. I know nothing about plants. I'm not very good with biology, but reading about this enzyme, I was fascinated. It's a little tiny enzyme that has, I don't even remember, thousands of molecular parts to it. And each molecular part has to be in its precise location, doing its precise job for the enzyme to do what it's supposed to do. Anybody want to guess what the Rubisco enzyme's job is? It's very, 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 very important. I'm giving you a clue.
Breathe.
Well, the Rubisco enzyme doesn't breathe, but it helps us to breathe. So, what do you think it does in a plant?
Turns carbon dioxide.
The Rubisco enzyme is responsible for photosynthesis. And basically, photosynthesis is what keeps us alive. It takes the carbon dioxide that we breathe out, which is poison. That actually, imagine our breath that we breathe out can actually kill us. That's kind of weird. It came out of us and it can kill us. And the plants take that poison and they return it back to oxygen in a process called photosynthesis. This Rubisco enzyme is essential for that to happen. And inside of the enzyme, you need these thousands and thousands of molecular components to work exactly the way they're determined to work, or the whole process fails. If you prefer, we could look at the ocean. The ocean actually is responsible for providing the oxygen into our atmosphere in the first place. The plants clean it up, but the ocean provides it. Inside of the ocean there are plants, there are little tiny animals that help the process to create the oxygen. And there are animals that try to kill those animals that create the oxygen inside of the ocean for us. Do you know who's the protector of the ocean? It's the animal that a lot of people are afraid of in the ocean.
Sharks.
Don't know. It's sharks. Do you know that sharks protect us? Do you know that the sharks kill, they eat the animals that try to eat the other animals that help the plants process the oxygen for us? So without sharks, we actually would die. Because the animals that the sharks eat, if they're not eaten, they would eat all the little animals that help us live. And so in this weird kind of way, nature shows how intricate God is. I'm so happy this morning that we sang about faith, because I love to ask my students this question. And we were talking about our 5 senses, so it's all linked together. How can we be so sure that our 5 senses can detect everything around us? We think that, well, if you can see it, if you can touch it, if you can smell it, if you can taste it, if you can hear it, then that's what's real. But are we really so arrogant to assume that our 5 senses determine the reality of everything? I know it's early in the morning to say a statement like that, but did you understand what I'm saying? Like we sit here and we're like, well, it's real because I can see it. Or like, why do our 5 senses determine what's real? And just to help us with this question, right now, do you know we're moving? Oh, I'm sitting down, Jamie. Do you know right now we're moving? Do you know how fast we're moving right now? Just to give you an idea. Do you know right now the planet is rotating? Do you know how fast it's rotating? Anybody want to guess? Because it's turning, it's spinning right now. Do you want to guess?
Very, very fast.
Yeah. Why don't you try guessing? How many kilometers per hour do you think the planet is rotating?
3,000.
3,000? That's a pretty good guess. Anybody else want to guess before I tell you? We're talking about the rotation of the planet.
$200? I have no clue.
Because like a car travels at 100 kilometers per hour, an airplane will travel at about 900 kilometers per hour. The planet is moving right now at 1,670 kilometers per hour. It's so spinning. The planet is also moving around the sun while it spins. Anybody want to guess how fast the planet is going around the sun as it rotates at 1,670 kilometers per hour? Want to guess? Want to guess? It's 107,822 kilometers per hour that the planet is moving around the sun. Do you know that our sun is moving right now inside of the Milky Way galaxy? Anybody want to guess how fast the sun is moving around the Milky Way galaxy? 828,000 kilometers per hour. The sun is moving inside while our planet spins around it and while our planet spins. And we're sitting on the sofa. Isn't that incredible? That's what science tells us is true. Do you know that our Milky Way galaxy is moving inside of something called the Virgo cluster? We believe that the universe consists of 8 clusters. Our cluster we call the Virgo cluster, and our Milky Way galaxy moves inside of that cluster. It's actually impossible to determine how fast we're moving. All we can do is we can look at other galaxies and determine the speed we're moving in relationship to them, because the speed is just too fast. Right now, our closest neighbor is called the Andromeda Galaxy. So the Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way Galaxy, and there are 2.5 million light years between these two galaxies. Does anybody know what a light year is?
Is it
Light?
Sorry, go ahead. Is it the time that you turn on the light and it takes 1 year to travel?
That's right.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, and so how far is that? The speed of light moves at 300,000 kilometers per second. Right now, light is passing us at 300,000 kilometers per second. Isn't that insane? That's why we can see each other, because light is hitting your body and hitting my body, and it's rebounding into your eyes, and you're receiving that image, and your brain is processing it in this crazy system. It's like way better than any video game or any internet. Like, we can see each other because light is moving at that fast. And so if you take the speed of light at 300,000 kilometers per second, and you traveled at that speed for 1 year, that's 1 light year. And the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million light years away. And we are moving at 130 kilometers per second towards that galaxy. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's just incredible, this intricate system that God has built in which we live. Even think about what's happening right now. I'm speaking. So, this is going to sound a little weird, but this is true. Right now, I have this muscle called a diaphragm muscle, and it's pushing carbon dioxide, the very thing that could kill you all, and myself, is pushing carbon dioxide out of my body. And it's pushing it at a different speed, at a different rhythm, all depending on the sounds that I want to produce. And it's passing up my windpipe, through my trachea. It comes over my vocal cords, which I turn on and off several hundred times per second to produce sounds. Just to give you an example, if you make the F sound, there are no vocal cords. If I want to make the V sound, I vibrate my vocal cords. That's the difference. And I do those gymnastics inside of each word that I say. And when we speak, we don't even have to think about the word. We have this overall message we want to say, and the words just come out. Isn't that phenomenal? And so this oxygen, this carbon dioxide is passing through my trachea, over my vocal cords. My tongue changes its position and its